It was December 18th, 2015, when I started learning digital art for real. The Force Awakens premiered in theaters and captured my whole imagination. I wanted to create fan art, but I was not particularly good at either drawing or painting. I'd been studying media art at the time, so I had general knowledge about composition and aesthetic, but I had no idea about color theory and human anatomy. There's an abundance of information on the internet about how to digital paint, and to me, it was overwhelming, and so here are the things I wish someone told me when I first started. Daily sketches are stupid. While I agree that being disciplined and consistent is important, doing anything daily leads to burnout. There's a prominent idea in the art community that you should sketch almost all the time, and the sketches should be pretty because later you should do a sketchbook tour and you shall never share anything one could consider inadequate. It's a ridiculous notion that only puts more pressure on young artists. It's okay to sketch sometimes, it's okay not to sketch daily, it's okay to sketch daily, it's okay to be exhausted after the whole day of work and just lay down and watch Netflix, okay? And that having said, you won't get anywhere if you don't draw at all, so it's good to set a goal to achieve. One painting a week is perfectly fine. Maybe one painting bi-weekly, it's alright. And I can't stress strongly enough how important it is to use references, especially when you're just starting. Even experienced artists use them, so why shouldn't you? You need to build your own visual library. Learn how light bounces off different textures, learn how different faces have different proportions, and never feel ashamed of referencing an image. It's okay, you're fine, you're doing great. Creating anything already puts a lot of pressure on a person, okay? So be gentle with yourself. You're going to screw up countless times. Things are going to get ugly, metaphorically and literally. Whenever you feel stuck, just paint a quick study, do gesture drawing. You can't come up with ideas all the time, and just by maintaining your skill, you will find yourself getting out of the dreadful art block. Draw more and care less. Sometimes you will be pleased with your own drawings, sometimes you're going to hate them with intense fury, and that may lead to resenting the whole process altogether. That's why it's important to remind yourself, not get too attached to your own work. Let it be out there, apart from you, like a thought that you had but is not an integral fragment of who you are as a person. Just lower your expectations. It may sound harsh, but it actually elevates a lot of stress. You may or may not put your work for the public to see. You may get rude criticism. People are for some reason quite unpleasant to artists in general. I mean, people on the internet quite often don't take into consideration other people's feelings, thus, it's just going to hurt. That's why it's almost crucial to detach yourself from work. It's almost a self-care precaution. It's easier to filter it out when you're happy with your work and do not seek external validation. Be it positive or negative feedback from random strangers, it's never helpful. Find yourself people you trust and cherish their opinions. You probably have seen people throwing the word talent, and to me it's a fancy word for being hardworking. Maybe there is a magical particle that makes people better at learning certain things, but personally I find comfort in knowing that you can learn how to paint. It's a skill that you need to practice. So don't compare yourself to others. You never know when someone started their education, what's the background, and basically, it's not productive. You can only offer to the world your own sensitivities, your imagination, your perception of beauty. We live in a postmodernist era. Everything was already said. But the most important thing, I wish someone told me those 6 years ago, is to be kind to yourself.